Hey guys, in today's video, we're taking an early look at the new Dune Ornithopter that LEGO is putting out on February 1st. It'll retail for $175, and it comes with pretty much every minifig you could ever dream of from the first Dune movie. Pretty amazing stuff. It was a very, very difficult build. You've got to be paying very close attention because the entire center is a Technic engineering masterpiece. Honestly, guys, this set was one of the more challenging LEGO sets I've built in a long time, and I think a lot of people are going to enjoy the Technic element of that, but for casual LEGO fans or people who are just buying this as a Dune fan, it's definitely going to be difficult, so we'll get into all of it as we get into the review, but a big thanks to LEGO for providing this for me to review, and let's get into it. Alright, our first minifig is Paul Atreides. I think that this minifig turned out really good. It is our first ever LEGO Timothée Chalamet. Wonder if we'll ever get Wonka. Probably not. But anyways, this figure looks really great. I believe it's a new head print too, with printing on both sides of the head. I think it turned out really good. It is pretty basic, but honestly, it's pretty much everything you could want from the figure, so I'm happy with it. Up next, we have Duke Leto, making this one of the many Oscar Isaac minifigures we've gotten in LEGO form over the years. Of course, we have Poe Dameron. You could maybe argue Spider-Man 2099, and the Moon Knight and Mr. Knight figures, so this one is just joining that awesome lineup. Anyways, the figure itself is great. It does use one of the new skin tones, which I find interesting. It looks pretty good. We've got a, pretty smug expression on one side and a little smirk on the other. Definitely looks good. And the torso, leg, toe, and hip printing is absolutely superb on this figure, front and back, and definitely among my favorites of the entire set. Up next is Lady Jessica, and this figure is awesome not only in its own right, but the hood would look awesome on the ancient one from Doctor Strange, and I think that the legs, or the skirt piece, would look pretty good on Snoke from Star Wars. I haven't tried either one yet, but the head is reversible, as you can see. We've got kind of a more, just regular look on this side, and then, of course, we've got the veil coming down over the face on this side. Both look really good, and overall, I really think this minifigure turned out great and adds a lot of awesome color to the set. Next up is Jason Momoa's Duncan Idaho, making this the second Jason Momoa character ever to be turned into LEGO. I think that this one turned out great, and kind of like Paul, I'm not really sure what more detail they could have added, to do this suit, because it was pretty basic in the movie. I do think that the man bun hairpiece works pretty well. We do get a new skin tone here, like I mentioned before, and he does have an angry face on one side. So overall, I think that this one works great, and the knives in the hands are definitely a cool touch. Up next, we have Chani, and this figure, it turned out really great as well. You'll notice that the torso and legs are exactly the same as Duke Leto from before. They're in the same outfits, but I like this one a lot. We do get the hairpiece here, which you could see you could remove and flip around to have the mask on the other side, and those piercing blue eyes are great. This is also our second Zendaya minifigure, so lots of people are getting more minifigs added to their collections in this lineup. Next up, we've got Liet Kynes, and she's got the, hooks here that we see in the movie, which looks great. And once again, you'll notice that the torso and legs are reused here. Definitely not a bad thing, because it's pretty accurate to the movie. We do have that new hairpiece that debuted on Mordo from the Sanctum Sanctorum a while back. We could flip it around so you could have the mask on the other side, a lot like Chani. We do get a brand new cape here, which is a spongy cape, but it's cut really neat. Of course, we know what the back looks like from the other minifigs, and overall, this is a really great one. Gotta love those piercing blue eyes they put on some of these figures. They look great. Up next is Josh Brolin's Gurney Halleck. I hope I'm getting that pronunciation right, going off memory here. But yeah, really, really great figure. Of course, he's appeared as Thanos, so one more for his lineup. I really like the goatee that they used here. That's going to be great for making other custom characters, and that can be flipped around where he's got a little bit more of a smirk on another side. The shoulder piece, torso, and legs are all brand new here. And if we go ahead and lift off that torso piece, or rather that shoulder piece, you can see that we do get some really great printing. Interestingly, the printing is pretty much the same on both. If you could use your imagination there, they look pretty much the same, so it's really just adding some extra depth and layer to put that shoulder piece on. But overall, this is really great for making customs, and I think it looks awesome. And our final minifig to look at is Baron Vladimir Harkonnen. This minifig is absolutely awesome because of his size. Let me just go ahead and put a regular minifig on the table next to him so you can see for size. obviously, this giant cloth piece is pretty awesome, but when we turn it on the side, you can see that he's really just a regular minifig that's standing on these clear pieces to give him the height that we see in the movie, like the hovering and all that. So I would be really curious what you guys think. Would you consider this the tallest minifig ever? Because technically, if you go just by where his head, goes to, he would be the tallest, or is that kind of cheating because of these clear pieces? I'd be really curious what you guys think. Underneath, the torso and legs are just completely regular, and the head itself, I believe, is the same one that we've been getting on like Eric Selvig and things like that, since it's the same actor. Funny enough, because the same actor was in Star Wars, we've got his Andor character, his Marvel character, and this one. So lots of actors who have minifigs in this set are just, getting more minifigs for their collection. So very, very cool. And with the minifigs out of the way, let's take a look at the build itself. Okay, so the build here is absolutely massive. I mean, there's no way to understate how huge it is once it's in your hand. It is really awesome. We do have lots of play features, and pretty much all of the play features come by way of some absolutely insane Technic engineering that goes on in the middle console. Now, I do want to warn you guys that this set is very Technic heavy. Basically, the only system bricks you see are what's on the outside, and the interior is almost entirely Technic. Now, I did make a New Year's resolution that I want to build more Technic this year, but honestly, this set is a lot more Technic than I typically enjoy building, and that's one thing that sort of concerns me about the set overall, is that I think that there are a lot of Dune fans out there that probably haven't built a LEGO set in a while, or they're used to building maybe smaller LEGO sets or something. This set is very, very challenging to build. It's challenging in a fun way, don't get me wrong, but like, for example, I would not want this to be somebody's first LEGO set ever, because there's a lot going on. You really want to pay close attention. I'll be completely honest with you guys, I messed it up a couple of times and had to go back and fix stuff, but it is what it is, and now let me actually show you the play features, since we've kind of taken a 360 look at the outside here. So the easiest play feature is actually the one that you build last, and it is the cockpit. So you can see you can open up the cockpit, and you can remove this little sled, if you will, to put your minifigures on the seats. We'll just go ahead and put one here, but you can see that you could feasibly fit two there, and then you just slide that back into place and click it on those open face studs that are back there, and now you've got minifigs piloting. There are some controls here and a printed piece that would be really kind of hard to show on camera, but then of course you just close this down, and it is accessible in the exact same way from the opposite side. So if you wanted to display this on a shelf in either direction, you could still access the cockpit and the minifigs inside from either direction, which I think is quite cool. Also, there are no stickers in this set, which is nice. There's just these printed pieces with the logo on the side. So overall, that's pretty good. Okay, taking a closer look at the cockpit overall, we've got these really nice, I guess, spotlights, headlights, I don't know what you'd call them, but they clip into the front there. That looks really good. You can see as we twist it around, these are kind of like a trans black piece here for all of the windshield pieces, but I do like that you can still see the minifigs clear as day on the inside, and we get a lot of different shapes for the cockpit area, which is really awesome as well. Now, my biggest complaint when it comes to the design of the set are these red Technic pins and bricks and whatever you want to call them that stick out. It really draws away from the great construction with all the black here, and the part that drives me up a wall is if you look right here, see these red Technic pins that are here? Well, we get plenty of them in black throughout the set, so these could have very well been black. I don't build with Technic enough to understand why they would put red ones here instead of black ones when we literally use black ones all throughout the wings, stabilization here versus putting them in here. I don't understand. If somebody knows Technic better than me, I'm willing to hear it out, but it does seem kind of lame. Even so, we do have these red pins here, and again, I'm trying to be as critical as possible with this set. Those red pins really pull me out of the set. Like right here, you could see one. Even the orange, like I could kind of live with that because there's so much orange in the Dune movie. It's almost like a callback in a certain way. But I really think that the Technic pins should have been colored or at least hidden in different colors to be as gray or black as possible to try and keep this monochrome, I guess, as we see in the movie with just very few dark colors across the way. The final part of the build to talk about before we get to the play features are the back. We've kind of got these like turbines in the back that are really nice, connected with Technic pins. And like I said, most of the LEGO system bricks you see are on the exterior, and most of the interior is Technic or very limited system overall. But we're all here for the play features, so let's start taking a look. Okay, so for the play features, we need to bring in the landing gear so we can fly. So if you look right here, there's a little turn piece. And when you twist that, the landing gears move up into the ship. You see that? So we'll go here. They're out, ready to land. Pull them back in, ready to fly. So now that we're in flight mode, we're ready to go. And how we engage the wings is there's a stopper right here that you push forward, and it makes the wings go out. Holy cow. That takes up so much space. That never gets old. Then to make the wings go back, you pull the hammer back again, and the wings all fold back in. It does require a little bit of strength to do, but it is awesome. Okay, so with the wings re-engaged, you'll notice from when we went through the build, there's this little grooved section, and when you push that down, it can make the wings flap and fly. So, oh my gosh, this thing is absolutely awesome. So again, you pull back the hammer here to make the wings go back. You push the hammer forward to make them go out, and you push this little black bar that runs down the spine to make the wings fly. It's absolutely amazing. I lost a piece, but hey, that's half the fun, is rebuilding it. So let's go ahead and wrap up this video now. Alright guys, let me know if you'll be picking up the Dune Ornithopter. Like I said, there is a lot going on here. I definitely think it's worth it for $175 for the diehard Dune fans, but if you're on the fence and or you're not a huge Dune fan, I'm not really sure if this is going to be the set for you. I really like it, I really recommend it, but I think that this one was made for Technic fans and Dune fans first and foremost, and the casual fans, you'll probably have more fun getting something else, if I'm being honest. But let me know what you guys think, and be sure to hit like and subscribe so you never miss another video. See you guys next time.